Good morning, everyone. I hope you all are doing good. There was some glitch in my system, so that is why I couldn't take the class online today. So I am providing you this whole video, which you can see in the various platform where I have uploaded. So without getting wasting much time, let's get started with the topic. Let's recap what we did yesterday first. Yesterday we were discussing about what is democracy, like of the chapter what is democracy and why democracy. So I had already taught you all three legs of the chapter, that is what is democracy, features of democracy, and why democracy. We were heading towards the last and the final leg of the chapter, that is broader meaning of democracy, where we had to cover three things. The first one is modern form of democracy. The second one is democracy in organization, institution, and real life scenario. And the third one is ideal democracy or standard form of democracy. Fine. So yesterday we discussed about what modern form of democracy is. So like we had our discussion on this point, that modern form of democracy is also known as or also regarded as what? It is also regarded as representative form of democracy. It is also known as indirect form of democracy. And what is the reason behind saying it indirect form of democracy or representative form of democracy? The reason behind this is that in this form of democracy, the power is not directly in the hands of the people, but the power is now vested to the following representative who they have given their votes to, or who has been elected as the representative from their area. Fine. So this is what we had talked about in the modern form democracy. Now the question was that why do we even need modern democracy in the first place, right? Why people in this era or in this century need modern form of democracy? Why most of the countries in the world have modern form of democracy? So for that we were about to talk about it from the NCERT. So let's go ahead and see why people are more inclined towards giving power to their representatives. Let's get started. So here we had completed the points till, I guess here we already have completed here. The point was that why is modern form of democracy a better form of democracy in today's generation. So the first point would be modern democracy involves such a large number of people that it is physically impossible for them to sit together and take a collective decision. This means that in a modern form of democracy, people of that many large number are practically it's very much practically impossible for everyone to sit together and come to a single consensus. Why? Because people here are from different diverse group. We are here very diverse. Okay. And second, that we cannot accommodate these many people in a single gathering. Fine. So we cannot accommodate them in this single gathering. So this is the first reason that population makes it very much impossible to make them accommodate or sit together at a particular place. And even if they sit together, they might not come to a single consensus because we are very diverse in nature. हमारे यहाँ पे अलग अलग तरह के लोग रहते हैं, राइट? अलग people are very diverse when it comes to their social backgrounds, be it on the basis of ethnicity, caste, creed, religion, whatever it is. So this would be the first point. The second point would be, even if they could, the citizen does not have the time, the desire or skills to take part in all that is rightfully said. As we had a discussion yesterday that after industrialization, most of the people in the world are now inclined towards making their own life better, and everybody is in a race to have a better form of living. So not a lot of people are actually very very desirable to show their skills in politics and to change the nature of the society. And this also gives you a very good example with seeing the nature of politics around us. Not a lot of learned people or affluent people are part of the politics here in India, right? Because they all are very much happy and they are moreover very much complacent by the fact that they are having a good life and they want to make it better. Fine. So these are the two reasons why democracy, modern form of democracy exists. Let's go ahead. This gives us a clear but minimal understanding of democracy. This clarity helps us to distinguish democracy from non-democracy. But it does not allow us to distinguish between a democracy and a good democracy. True. So here, by this, we have a understanding that now how can you distinguish between a democratic country and a non-democratic country, right? You can distinguish them. How will you distinguish them? By their features, by the advantages, and now the modern form of democracy, like we have studied, you can also distinguish the countries according, if it is a democratic or a non-democratic country or not. But rarely do we know that the democracy which they follow is a good one, or is it mere a democracy, right? So for that, let's see what it says next. It does not allow us to see the operation of democracy beyond government. For this, we need to turn to a broader meaning of democracy. So basically, democracy only, since the beginning, democracy is one word which is only been used for government. But like we have also discussed about this in class, democracy is not just confined to government. It can also be used in organizations, in institution, and also into your day-to-day life. Fine. So let's see how can we use this in organization, institution, and day-to-day life. Let's go ahead. Sometimes we use democracy for organization other than the government. Just read the following statement. Let's see what are these statements. We are a very democratic family. Whenever a decision has to be taken, we all sit down and arrive at a consensus. But opinion matters as much as my father. So here there is this setup of a family which has been shown, where they say that our family is a democratic family because everyone in the family is counted as one. Like everyone's decision matters equally important than the others. Okay, so this is how they say that our family is a democratic one. Let's suppose if there is a family of 5 and they take decision on the behalf of what the 4 people think, and they ignore the opinions of one. So will it be a democratic family? Obviously no, right? Because in a democracy, everyone's opinion matters, right? We have read this in the features. If you remember, one person, one vote, one value, right? So this is affirming that third feature, that is one person, one vote, one value. Let's see the next one. I don't like teachers who do not allow students to speak and ask questions in the class. I would like to have teachers with democratic temperament. So what does this mean? How can a teacher be one who can be who possesses democratic temperament? So basically here, democratic temperament means that the teacher allows each and every student to seek or to give their opinions, and it also addresses their opinions. Okay, so that's how a teacher can also, or this particular setup can also be used in a democratic manner or democratic temperament. Fine. So these two are clear. Third, one leader and his family members decide everything in his party. How can they talk of democracy? Right. So now here is a case. Here's a small case where they say that there is a family and they have thrown a party, but only one person in the family is taking all the decisions, not the others. So is this a democratic one? Is this a democratic one? No. So in a family, everybody has the same fair chance to take the decision. So in this case, they say that this is not a democracy where only one person, be it anyone, it can be the mother, the father, the grandparents, they are only taking decision on everyone's behalf. So this will not be counted in democracy. Fine. So we have completed the second leg, which says that how we can use democracy not just for the government but for organization, institution, and day-to-day life. Is it clear to everyone? Let's move to the next point. These ways of using the word democracy go back to its basic sense of a method of taking decisions. So basically, let's take this up. So basically here, democracy is not just affirmed to the government, but also used for the methods of taking decisions. So by saying methods of taking decision, that means whenever you take a decision and that decision is on behalf of everyone present in that particular realm, then only that particular decision will be called democratic. Is it clear? Let's go ahead. A democratic decision involves consultation with and consent of all those who are affected by the decision. So basically, let's take this up as well. So basically, what is a democratic decision? A democratic decision involves a consultation with and consent of all those who are affected by the decision. We have already talked about it. Like a democratic decision will be one where everyone should be consulted, and everyone should make sure that whatever effect it comes, it is binded by all the people who have taken the decision. Let's go ahead. Those who are not powerful have the same say in taking the decision as those who are powerful. This can apply to a government or a family or other organization. Thus, democracy is a principle that can be applied in any sphere. So here they are saying that whenever democracy cannot exist somewhere where only decisions are taken by one person in a family or someone. So basically, the whole point of this thing is that democracy is not just a form of government; it's a principle which anyone can apply in their day-to-day life. Fine. So I guess this much will be it for today, and the rest thing we'll be continuing in the class whenever we have our online class. Fine. So this is it for today, kids. Thank you and have a nice day.